right, welcome to Good News Friday. Mike Simon is here. I'm Joey Yarber. Happy Friday, everybody. It's good news as we see some of the challenges coming in our country. Hey, you know what? One of the positive things is there's a lot of great folks out there that are looking from how do we solve some of these challenges, and being able to use something like CharityTracker is part of that process, that vision for accomplishing, if you will, transformation within communities that are struggling, disadvantaged people out there. How do we get them out of the line? Many times, if you ask the question, why are you in the line getting food assistance? And the answer is really simple. I don't have a job. There's no way of making an income to be able to provide my family with food, housing, shelter, those kinds of aspects of being able to work from the component within the community to solve this challenge, as we see with so many people that are food insecure. And many times it starts with a job. And I'm happy to share with you, Mike, our friends up there at GreenForce in Buffalo, New York, have pulled the trigger. We've been working with Jeff, and he is just an awesome guy with the vision to be able to employ, being able to work with someone that comes into their company, get them that job, train them, work to get them to a place of sustainable income. We're talking about the transformation process here, working from that community type focus within a community that has a lot of challenges right now. But Mike, hey, let's invest in the most valuable resource that we have, our people, right? And that's Jeff's mindset and the company's mindset there at GreenForce. We here at CharityTracker, we've been selected to serve with this. Mike, now we're talking about change in a positive way.
Oh, yeah. And, and I like what GreenForce is doing. I mean, they have found an entrepreneur who's invested millions of dollars into this company. He's expanding the warehouse.
Yes.
I was reading today that they're going to start tripling or quadrupling their workforce.
Right.
And they're going to really ramp up. So this is marketplace that they're in.
Yeah.
And so here is GreenForce, which is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And GreenForce is going to take on the responsibility of working with the corporate endeavor to find all the employees for that company. And they're going to do so by looking at their disposition, whether they need outcomes based upon their finding a living wage.
Yeah.
In other words, they're going to take, and if I'm not mistaken, this is what you told me, Joey.
Yeah.
That 75% of the workforce will come out of the regular hiring pool, but 25% of the workforce is going to come from the under-resourced people in New Jersey. I think that is wonderful. That is a solution for workforce development that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And this GreenForce is going to be empowered to do it. And so, and here's a guy, he's investing not only in of course, he's going to make a lot of batteries.
Yes, right. Yeah.
But he's also going to invest a lot in people's lives. He's actually going to help people get out of the crisis situation and get them on the road to self-sustainability. And who knows? Their living wage might even get them to a place of an abundant living. Wouldn't that be great?
See, like that, yeah.
And he's committed to that. And I admire the man wanting to do that. And if more leaders in the marketplace would get involved in that, then we'll have no trouble ramping up our economy again. No trouble whatsoever.
Mike, it's exciting, isn't it? Because now we're talking about a solution to a challenge that we're seeing right now with employment, underemployment. Sure, you've got people that have jobs, they've got 2 and 3 sometimes because they can't make ends meet. And what we're talking about here is good paying job there with this company and benefits, not just for the individual, but the entire family. Now we're talking about really affecting change, and we're talking about for the better. and being able to work with someone and give them the kind of skills that they need. And, this is exciting. Now we're talking about getting someone out of the line. And it, to me, is so important that we focus from that perspective of being able to work with an individual to get them the kind of resources that they need to get trained, to get into that place where they have a sustainable living and a living wage. It's so important. And this company has selected us to be part of this. Mike, that's an honor.
Oh, it's an honor.
As to where we started with this and where it's in, you've always been talking about outcomes. Let's focus in on tracking the outcomes. It's coming to fruition, Mike.
It sure is. And it's going to make a great impact in that city in New Jersey. And the whole community is going to be impacted because of it.
Man, a big salute to Jeff and to that vision. Hey, we want to be part of that, right? That's how we solve some of these challenges that we have in our communities. There's a lot of things going on, but the great hope is where we can go, because we're not done yet. And when you talk to people like Jeff, you see it, you hear it. It's like we as a country, we're just getting started. We're scratching the surface here. Let's take our people and bring them to a place to where everyone is having a part of the pie, if you will. And it's this kind of conversation and these kinds of goals that we see the hope to get us out of the recession that we're in, to be able to take us to a place to where, we're all comfortable and we're all happy, abundant living, as Mike says. So,
and how about that other consultant that you talked with this week? And the subject was collaboration. So that's coming back up again, isn't it?
Well, there was a consultant that we've been working with, and he took a look at our system. Right now, he compares vendors to vendors to vendors. He does a lot of research on vendors, right, that have case client management system capabilities. He took a look at ours, and he was like, wow. He's like, I see straight away what you guys are really able to do is provide collaboration. Mike, we talk about this, right? So we have some incredible features. My goodness, you could send out SMS texts. You could do client scheduling. You can do a client kiosk where a person is filling out their own information. You've got barcode scanning. But what if you were able to take all those great features, but then work with another agency over here that has the same capabilities? We're better together. We know this. It's proven. It's fact. What does it look like? It looks like collaboration within CharityTracker. Now you're working together. You're taking the effect that you can have on a person's life, and you're combining it with the effect that another agency can have on a person's life. And we're working together as a community. It's not all on one agency, because let's face it, how hard is it for one agency to provide everything that a person needs to get them out of that place of crisis? But this is what is so exciting about the capabilities of CharityTracker. And this gentleman that was doing this side by side with all these other vendors over here, he saw it straight away. And he's like, wow, this really does. It provides optimal way of someone working from a community collaboration. That's strong, brother.
More and more communities would figure this one out. This would all happen.
That's it. And, I know that a lot of people have been, from the perspective of the mindset that goes into when you have something like COVID, let's shelter in place comes to mind, worry about yourself, right? And or your own unique situation there. But right now, what we really need in order for us to affect change here in our country is for us to work together and streamline our efforts, because we're better together. And CharityTracker allows you to work from that community collaboration. It may be just another agency there in your community. Hey, get them on board, because that's how it all starts. Usually it's one agency that says, all right, I want to work. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to see who else will engage with it. There's always another agency, what I'm talking about, that you're sharing information with, hey, has so-and-so been to your organization? Have you assisted them with anything? I just want to make sure we're not duplicating effort here. Mm-hmm. Being able to streamline that whole process. Now we're talking about working together in collaboration and streamlining the effort. And actually, from a referral type perspective, getting that individual that's in your office to a place to where they can really help them, because there's a merit there with their need. That's what we're talking about, your capability of doing within CharityTracker. So collaboration, Mike, proud of it. It may not necessarily be a feature, as we've talked about this before. It may not be a feature, but it is a capability, and it's a strong capability.
It leads to a solution.
Amen.
If you're looking for solutions, and you're not just looking for services, there's thousands of vendors out there that give you services. If you're looking for solutions, then you need to take a look at CharityTracker.
CharityTracker.com. Hey, check it out. There is all kinds of information there, but I'd like to also share with you CollectiveCommunityImpact.com. Mike's been working on these stories that we're getting, and we've got another great story there with Jeff up there at GreenForce. That's coming as to how we document the work that's being done there, but also working from the perspective there of just hearing what's going on in the community, keeping our fingers on the pulse. These stories are invaluable because there's a lot of good news out there, and it is our honor to be part of it. For Mike Simon, I'm Joey Yarber. This is another edition of Good News Friday. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.